Hi everybody, my name is Paula from the Real Polish Fanatic blog and Jewelry by RPF. Thank you for stopping by my little corner of YouTube and spending a little bit of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Last month when I got all my collab orders in, I picked out 10 of my favorites from all of them and did a video on those. This month I'm gonna do a little bit different. I picked out some new to me brands that I've ordered or newer to me brands that I ordered from the collab boxes. Almost all of these are from the Little Box of Horrors in September. One is from Hella Handmade Creations. But yeah, so I picked out 6 from brands that I do not order from very often or have never ordered from before. And I'm just gonna showcase those in this video here today. So let's just go ahead, we'll get the camera turned around and we will jump right in. All right, I will start with what is on my nails. On my nails is a polish from Chameleon Nails. This was called Desert Bandits and it was from the Little Box of Horrors back in August. It is a thermal and a reflective. I only just got this with my October order, even though it was from September, because it was held up in customs for a little bit and got to the Little Box of Horrors warehouse a little bit late, so they just sent it in with my September order. So this one was described as a thermal going from dark brown cold to colorless when it's warm, packed with orange and golden iridescent flakes, a soft orange shimmer, and a scattering of golden reflective glitter. So I was just in Tennessee for a few days a couple weeks ago and was kind of at the Great Smoky Mountains during peak week of the fall leaves changing, and it was so beautiful, and I forgot how beautiful the changing of the leaves is here living in California for the last 8 years. I've kind of forgotten that. Look at those huge flakes in there. So I was feeling fall, and so I picked this one out thinking it would be a pretty fall polish. Here it is in the cold state. On my hands, I always run very warm, so it is, and I don't have very much free edge. So if this is it in the warm state, this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat on top. And on my thumbs is 3 coats with a matte top coat on both of my thumbs. Look at this big flake I got right here, so fun. I did bring a little glass of water here so I can just show you what it looks like when it changes. Oh, that's cold. So here it is changing into the cold. You can see it's already like immediately turning back to the warm state. So she says this is dark brown when it's cold to colorless when it's warm. I wouldn't exactly call it colorless. I would think that would be almost impossible. It has like kind of a taupey color. I think this is kind of a fun one for if you have a, a more strict dress code at work or something where you can't wear really flashy nails. If you don't have very much length on your nails where you'll get that funky French if they're like mine where they're just very short. I think this would work for a more conservative workplace kind of a manicure because for the most part, it just looks sort of like a taupey color. And then you get some flashes of color with those flakes and everything. But this is a fun one. I don't buy a whole lot of thermals. Number one, living in California, I don't have much time of the year where they would change colors. It is getting cooler now, so I can pull out some of my thermals to wear. But yeah, I'm really liking this one. I didn't realize Chameleon Nails is out of Germany. Did not realize that till I was just looking up some information on that brand. But yeah, she has quite a few stockists that she sells her polishes in here in the US and other places around the world. And also she's in quite a few of these collab boxes each month too. So here is Desert Bandit on me, 3 coats. But what we are here to talk about are 6 polishes from 5 different brands that are relatively new to me that I purchased. Like I said, most of these were from the Little Box of Horrors in September. One was from September's Hella Handmade Creations. So we'll just jump in here. This is from a brand called Dark and Twisted Lacquer. It is called Never Trust the Living. And like I said, it was exclusive to the Little Box of Horrors, September 2024. This one was described as a fuchsia with blue purple shimmer and black glitter. So here it is in the bottle. Dark and Twisted lacquer. This is my very first one from this brand. I don't know exactly when she started. Her Facebook group was created in 2023, so I kind of assume that people probably start Facebook groups about the time they start their business, so I would guess they started around 2023 sometime. You can find her at darktwistedlacquer.com if you want to see what else she has going on in her nail polish world. And here that is on the swatch wheel. Here we have it in 1 coat and 2 coats. This one is 3 coats with a matte top coat. I'm really loving that. I'll go in here and put on a 3rd coat right here on the swatch wheel. Formula was very nice. Brush is very nice. It's a wide rounded paddle brush. I like that. Like I said, this is my very first polish from this brand, Dark and Twisted Lacquer. That is so pretty. 1 coat, 3 coats, and 3 coats matte. And that one is Never Trust the Living. These were exclusive to the Little Box of Horrors. They sometimes will bring things back or have over pours, so you can keep an eye out for that sort of a thing. Maybe she would have some over pour in her website for sale. That's very pretty. I'm loving this one. And then up next is a brand called Naps and Nails. This one I do actually own 2 others from other past collabs, but I went ahead and included it anyway because it is relatively new to me. And this one is called Drink This. This is also from the Little Box of Horrors in September 2024. It was described as a red, purple, black multi-chrome with silver reflective glitters. So red, purple, black multi-chrome with silver reflective glitter. Very pretty. And here that one is. Naps and Nails. Looks like their Facebook group was created in 2022. So again, a relatively newer brand. Here that is in 1 coat and 2 coats. This one's 3 coats with the matte top coat. Again, loving that. So this is just a very dark, to me, it looks just like a very dark kind of gray blue. And then you see a smattering of silver reflective glitter coming through. We'll go in and put on a 3rd coat. So I did not take this outside to look in natural light because she says it's red, purple, black multi-chrome. In here under these lights, I'm not seeing any of that. Like I said, it just really looks like a very dark navy, kind of a grayed navy blue. It's very pretty though. And then those silver reflectives. You can find her at napsandnails.com if you want to check her out, see what else they have going on. But this one is called Drink This from the September 2024 Little Box of Horrors. Very pretty. Oh, I also put these over black. I forgot to show you that. So here was the first one, the Dark and Twisted over black. It takes all that pink away and just leaves this kind of purpley blue shimmer behind. So pretty. And you also can't see the black flakes, obviously, against that black background. But here is the difference between on its own and over black. This swatch wheel has got just 1 coat of each of these over black, and I did add in a glossy top coat on them. And then this one we just talked about, the Naps and Nails. Very hard to see. It just looks black with the silver reflective glitter. Oh, here we're kind of getting some of the red shift. As I move this up, you can see there's that red shift. So maybe out in a little bit more of a natural light, a lower natural light, probably that shift would come through a little better. But here's the difference between on its own and over black, quite similar. And then up next, I have got a magnetic. This one is from a brand called Peculiar Polish. It's very hard to read this. It's a pretty holographic label that they have here, but this I think is the name of the polish, and it's almost impossible to read for me. But anyway, this one is called Go Ahead, Make My Millennium, and it says Go Ahead, Make My Millennium. Very hard to read though, but very fancy and very pretty, but kind of hard to read. And here it says Little Box of Horrors, September 2024. And I'm not sure what else that says, because again, very pretty, but very hard to read. This one was described as a black curly base with silver and purple reflective glitter. You can see that. And a large particle green magnetic. Very pretty. Here's where I did my swatch rings. This one is unmagnetized. This one has that cat eye magnet on it. And here is this one on the swatch wheel. This is 1 coat unmagnetized, 2 coats unmagnetized, 3 coats unmagnetized with the matte top coat. This is just very pretty all on its own, even if you don't want to magnetize it. Gorgeous. I'm loving this. Peculiar Polish. You can find her on Etsy, peculiarpolish.etsy.com. And it looks like maybe she's been in business since 2023. So again, relatively new brand. And this is my very first polish from this brand. I will go in on this swatch wheel and I'm gonna do a 3rd coat here, unmagnetized. Very good formula. Again, a nice wide, somewhat rounded paddle brush. Very nice. And here's what it looks like 1 coat over black. Just put my finger in that. 1 coat over black. Again, very pretty, not all that much different than being on its own, unmagnetized. That's just 1 coat over the black, 3 coats on its own, both glossy and matte. And then I just put a few on another swatch wheel here to play with the magnetics. So let's see. Grab a couple magnets here. These are at 2 coats so far. I'm going to shake this polish up a bit, get those magnetic particles moving, all mixed up, ready to go. And yeah, so like I said, this is my very first polish from this brand. So far, very happy. I'm loving this one. So I will put on a 3rd coat here. Go just a little thicker for the magnet. And I have this Nova magnet from Polish Pickup. I'm gonna do this one first. I was playing with this the other day in a video, and this one does kind of like a fireworks display. That's how I describe it. I don't know what the official description is for the effect that it gives off, but it looks kind of like fireworks there. So here is that. Pretty fun. This Nova magnet, like I said, I got it at Polish Pickup I think I got it with my October order. I got it at the end of October. And I did see that it was for sale again in November. So it looks like something that maybe they will be having available. It's a 3-way magnet. Here's 2 of them that I'm showing you now. We got the fireworks. And then this one here does kind of like a circle in the middle. It's kind of hard to see on this swatch wheel, but it kind of leaves a circle in the middle. And that's what this one looks like here. And this one did this one. And then at the end, it has just one of these solid magnets, and that just sort of moves the magnetic particles around a little bit. Just show you on this same one here. It can almost give a bit of a velvet effect if you can get it just right here. If you kind of go like this, it gives a bit of a velvet effect. You can watch the particles move, kind of get them where you want them. So that's a little bit of a velvet effect there. Otherwise, you can just sort of move everything into the center, whatever you'd like to do. And then I'll put on a 3rd coat here. And we'll just do regular old cat eye. So this is very reactive. You can really see it brings all that lighter green shimmer together. That's all the magnetic particles. Brings them all together and kind of leaves just a very dark, I think it might be black. It's black curly base, yeah. So the background then is just like a black with the reflective glitters, and then you get that crisp line there. Well, it'll probably dissipate as time goes on, but gives you that cat eye line there. And we've got one more, so let's just see. There's a 3rd coat. We'll do this one here. So this is like a 5-way magnet, and I think you can find these magnets at Sassy Sauce. I bought mine from AliExpress. Took forever to get in. I was so frustrated, but they did eventually arrive. So if you don't want that sort of a headache, you can get this from Sassy Sauce. I believe I saw other people having them too. I can't remember who else. But I used this part right here. And that just kind of gives a bit of a, like an X or a cross there. So there is that. And this one is very hard to read, but it was called Go Ahead, Make My Millennium from Peculiar Polish. Very fun so far. I'm very happy with all of my new brands here. And up next I have one. This was exclusive. Let's see, Peculiar. This also was exclusive to the Little Box of Horrors in September. So up next we have this one from Pepper Polish. It's called I Wanna Dance. And this one was exclusive to Hella Handmade Creations, HHC, September 2024. This was described as a violet base and intense turquoise blue purple aurora pigment. So here's that. Pepper Polish, I believe. I looked it up a little bit online. I do own one other Pepper Polish from a previous collab box, so this is just my 2nd one. Very happy with this. I think that Pepper Polish is out of Brazil, and her Facebook group was created in 2021, so she's been around for a couple of years. One thing I like about Hella Handmade and Little Box of Horrors, Smidgen of Us, all these other collab boxes, not including Polish Pickup, but other ones, they let people, smaller brands come in and, show off their creations. Polish Pickup is going to a little bit more of a, they only want they've always been a type of thing where you had to be in business for a year before you could apply. And now they're not really allowing applications. They're kind of picking and choosing who they want in. So of course they're picking the bigger, more popular brands. So I'm glad that these smaller, newer brands have places that they can land and, you know, show off their creations also. So here is that one on the swatch wheel in 1 coat and 2 coats. And this one here is 3 coats with the matte top coat. I will go in and put on a 3rd coat here on the swatch wheel. This one is so pretty. Very nice formula. Again, a very nice brush. It's a little bit more straight across, but it is wide. Not so rounded there at the bottom, but nice wide paddle brush or fan brush. So here is pepper polish in 1 coat, 3 coats. Look at that beautiful shimmer. And 3 coats matte. Loving this one, and it was called I Wanna Dance from September's Hella Handmade Creations. And that one over black. This one over black is so beautiful. This one right here where my finger is, you can really see the shift when you put it over black. You get this kind of emerald green, and then you go down into like blues and purples. What did this say? Violet base, intense turquoise, blue, and purple aurora pigment. So you can really see the shift here over the black. Here it is, the difference between on its own and over black. Very pretty. All right, up next is a brand. This one is almost impossible to see the name label. I can't even find it. I have to feel where the sticker is. It's right here in this area. This brand is called Ribbits. And if you're at all familiar with Ribbits Stickets, they've been around for a while. They've been around since like 2016, 2017. They would always do things like water slide decals. They would make stickers. They had hand cream and cuticle care, wax melts, perfume. They've been around for a while, but from what I was hearing online, they just sort of dipped their toe in polish making this past summer. They debuted at the Polish and Beauty Expo in Chicago, the suburbs of Chicago, in July. That's kind of when they debuted their polish, and so now they are starting to take part in some collab boxes, things like that. So the polish portion is relatively brand new, but the brand itself has been around for a while. One suggestion I would have for this brand is to have different colored stickers. Either have a white one and a black one, so you can use, you know, a white one on darker polishes. Because like I said, it's the stickers right here. This is the brand. I couldn't even tell you what it is because I cannot see it at all. But anyway, this one is called, I also can't read their bottom label either. I think it goes this way. This one is called, what is this called? Hold on a second. All right. It's hard for me to read that font that they use. This one is called Let's See What Shakes Loose. And it was described as a blackened violet base, black flakies, green to blue shifting, and glow in the dark pigment. So this one glows in the dark. I didn't realize that. Here it is in the bottle, so beautiful. And here it is on the swatch wheel in 1 coat and 2 coats. This one here is 3 coats with a matte top coat. So it has this black and violet base. You can see it here in the 1st and 2nd coats a little bit. They go up like that. It does start to get covered up there with the 2nd coat. So let's go in and put on a 3rd coat. Again, formulas, very nice. All of these have had very nice formulas. This one's got a nice rounded paddle brush. So here is, this was exclusive to Little Box of Horrors in September. Here that is now in 1 coat and 3 coats and 3 coats matte. And this is what that one looks like over black. This is 1 coat over black with a glossy top coat. Really just leaves behind this pretty emerald green. She says the flakes are green to blue shifting, and I do at extreme angles again. You can see some blue there around the edges, but mostly head on you get this pretty emerald green. Here's the difference between on its own and over black. Quite different looking. This one is from Ribbits, and it is Let's See What Shakes Loose from the Little Box of Horrors back in September. And then the last polish I wanted to share with you is also from Ribbits. And again, I still can hardly see that name label, but it's right there. You can sort of see it, I guess. I'm guessing it's a frog, since the name is Ribbit. This one is called Whoa, Sandworms. You hate 'em, right? I don't know what the theme for this this is from Little Box of Horrors. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what the theme was that month, but there you go. Got some pretty flakes in this one. This was described as, let's see, blue, green, gold flakies, chameleon flakies, black flakies, and red aurora. So there it is in the bottle. Look at all those pretty flakes. Gorgeous. And here is that one on the swatch wheel here. 1 coat, 2 coats, and 3 coats matte. So even at 3 coats, you can sort of see through it. It's not 100% opaque, but I think it would probably be opaque enough. And I think the matte top coat, I'm looking at the one with the matte top coat, and that probably shows off, any little missing bits a little bit more than a glossy top coat would, because the glossy is just going to, fool your eye a little bit. But we'll go in and put on a 3rd coat here. This is another pretty fall color with all those different color flakes in there. This one also was from September's Little Box of Horrors, but here it is now in 1 coat. It could definitely be used as a topper over different colors, or it does build up very nicely. This is 3 coats now and 3 coats matte. And this one is, I think it goes this way. Whoa, sandworms. You hate 'em, right? I almost have to look up to see what the theme was that month and see what that's referring to, because I do not know. From the Little Box of Horrors, September. And here's what that one looks like over black. It's very pretty over black too. It leaves behind that red aurora shimmer, and then all those different color flakes. I bet this would be pretty with a matte top coat on it also over black. The matte top coat I used for all of this swatch wheel, all the matte ones, was from Orly Matte Top. I'm just gonna throw this over this one really quick. This is the matte top coat. I just want to see what that would look like over black. All right, excuse me. So while that mattes up, we'll take another look here at the swatch wheel. Started out with Dark and Twisted Lacquer. Moved on to Naps and Nails. And then a Peculiar Polish. I'm loving this one because it's kind of like a 2-for-1 where you can magnetize it or not. It's just as beautiful, just a beautiful green if you don't magnetize it. This Pepper Polish is gorgeous. especially there. Look at that glow with that matte top coat. So pretty. And then we got 2 from Ribbits. I am seeing a little bit more, I don't know if that's the base color coming through. I think maybe it is, or if it's a flash, but you can kind of see the purple. Either it's the base or it's a shift, I don't know which, but either way you can see that kind of come through, so that's pretty fun. And this last one also from Ribbits. Gorgeous. And here is that last Ribbits with a matte top coat. It's still working, but yeah, that's pretty. Here they all are. Over black. Gorgeous. All right, so I will go ahead, turn the camera around, and we'll finish this up. All right, so there were some of the polishes I purchased, mostly from Little Box of Horrors, one from HHC, but they were all relatively new to me. So just wanted to show them off in a video. I like supporting newer brands and smaller brands. But yeah, just let me know in the comments, do you own anything from any of these? Dark and Twisted Lacquer, Naps and Nails, Peculiar Polish, Pepper Polish, and Ribbits Polish. Let me know in the comments if you own anything from any of those brands, what you think of them. Like I said, a lot of these take part in some of the smaller collab boxes, the Smidgen of Us, Little Box of Horrors, Hella Handmade, probably the indie box. Those are the ones I can, Polished Gamers. I don't know if any of these take part in Polished Gamers, but that's another smaller collab box that's fun to check out. But yeah, just check those out. Support our smaller brands as they get started. I think that's fun. But yeah, let me know in the comments whatever is on your mind. If you know of any of these brands, what you think of them, if you have any favorites from any of them. I'd love to hear from you in the comments and interact with you that way. But otherwise, I think that is all I have for you today. So I am just going to say goodbye for now.